overs?
Well, it's very difficult to say. I think there are some factors which needs mentioning. The fact that the Zalmi team is playing their second consecutive match, to me, is a lot of asking because of the fact that they had a close game yesterday. They will have to switch on yet again and give 150% if they are to go on to the final. Likewise, this team, Karachi Kings, they've not been in the best of form. They've lost their captain yet again. Imad was in, then Owen Morgan, and it's a new man. Even Shahid Afridi is not in this team. So these are things that will affect this Karachi Kings team and their ability to play to their true potential.
Yeah, no, Shahid Afridi, he was really struggling. This man is really struggling, Darren Semi, but he'll play. Oh, Darren, is that a dance or is that an exercise? Well, he's just flexing that right leg because he really has struggled with that right knee. I must say, we've got a fantastic crowd in tonight for this HBL PSL second eliminator. Karachi, meanwhile, they know that they've got to keep out of their mind the fact that they were blown away in Dubai by a most extraordinary performance by Islamabad United. And Islamabad United are not yet in Karachi, they're still in Dubai. So I'm sure that they'll be watching this contest in the comfort of their hotel room in Dubai. And I wouldn't know what they would think about, who they would rather face in the final. Bazid, hazard a guess at that?
What I know is that the rain's been following us, and I blame the Welshman. Rain in Sharjah, rain in Dubai, rain here. Yeah. What's going on?
I know that Imad Wasim, you can't take him anywhere, can you? Nice one, Z, very good. Well, look, Mickey Arthur's right in the middle of this. He is, of course, the Pakistan coach, but more pertinently here, he is the Karachi Kings coach. And just a little earlier, he was speaking with Rameez.
Yeah, the Kings coach is here with us. Mickey, how frustrating it is for the team, for yourself, to be out here not playing?
That's really frustrating. I mean, there's a packed house, so many people in the stadium. We want to get out there, we want to start playing, so it's damn frustrating at the moment.
And must be frustrating also to have lost your captain through an injury. Then a makeshift captain also pulls out, and you've got a new one here as well. I mean, is that a bit of an unsettling effect on the team?
I guess it is. I mean, we knew Morgan was only there for a short period. We thought Imad would be back, but he's still not good. Shahid Afridi's not good either. So we're down to Mohammed Amir tonight, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him captain the team. I think for us as PSL coaches, it's certainly indicative for us to try and produce leaders for Pakistan. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how he goes tonight, and I know he's up for it, and he's got a very good cricket brain, Mohammed Amir, so I'm hoping to see him that translate onto the field.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Karachi awaits you. That's the big incentive for you guys, but how about concentrating on the job at hand, which is to beat the team today? I mean, is that something that you've reflected upon in the team meetings, that you've got to stay in the present and not worry about Karachi at all?
Exactly right. We can't afford to. You can't afford to get ahead of yourself in this game, because if you do, this game bites you very quickly. So we've had a good chat about that today. We can't be thinking about shortened games, rain interruption games. We can't be thinking about the rain. We've just got to get on and do it now. And as I say, we've had a long, hard chat about that. And I don't want to hear any rain talk in the dressing room whatsoever.
How have you found the talent in this year's HBL PSL?
We've found some talent. I think there's been some good young players. It hasn't been the standout of the Hassan Alis in year one, or the Fakhr Zamans or the Shadab Khans of year two. But we found some good young players, and you only got to be finding one or two a year, and the PSL's doing a great job for us.
Right, okay, thank you for your time, and have a good one.
Thank you, Rameez.
Cheers.
Yeah, thoughts of Mickey Arthur there, and we're all looking forward to number 5, Mohammed Amir, taking on the responsibility of captain of the Karachi Kings. And well, Darren, I'm not sure how old you were when you captained Trinidad or the West Indies, but you're still young, so I'd imagine you were very young.
Yeah, relatively young in comparison to you, Alan. But
oh, thanks, Darren. I'm off now. Bye. I was being kind to him, wasn't I?
But it's always a wonderful opportunity to lead any team, and I think Mohammed Amir, with his wealth of experience, he's played about 30 test matches, he's been around international cricket for for quite a while. He's played over 100 T20 matches as well. And as we heard from Mickey Arthur, he has a very good cricketing brain on his shoulders. So that is something that will work for him. I think he will be able to command the respect of the players in his team. It's about getting it right. T20 cricket, there's no room for error. It's very difficult for you to make up, but he has to lead from the front with the ball as well, and that will help his performance as captain.
Yeah, I actually think he's got to pick it up with the ball a bit more than he has, because I think he's been struggling with the ball. But let me ask you, Baz, before we take a short break here and we return to Ramiz for the toss. If you win the toss with this wet outfield and everything else that's going on, what would you want to do as captain?
I would like to bowl first, because I need to know what score I'm chasing. It's a reduced overs game, 16 overs a side, so you don't know how the pitch will react, you don't know how the outfield will react, and you want that score on the board, so you'll be comfortable chasing. It's very difficult to bowl a side out in 16 overs or to lose 10 wickets in 16 overs, so actually knowing the target might be a positive or might be an advantage.
All right, thanks Darren and Baz. So we'll be back in a moment after this break for the toss, and just to reiterate that the match is reduced to 16 overs per side, and we're due to start in a half an hour from now. This is the second eliminator, and Afridi, that man, is not playing. Right, we'll take a break and we'll be back for the toss in a couple of minutes.
Said Muhammad Ali Jinnah, with faith, discipline and self-devotion to duty, there is nothing worthwhile that you cannot achieve.
Well, this is a very patient audience. Crowd is it's a really good crowd we got inside the Gaddafi Stadium. Umaid Asif has been practicing for some time. In fact, Zalmi have been going through the motions of practicing for a good 45 minutes or so, whereas Karachi have just been a little more relaxed. Ahmed Akram and Saklin Mushtaq, the think tank behind Zalmi, and you do tend to ask a question: will they be slightly tired from last night's exploits? It was such a thrilling contest, so the intensity of it would have had some effect, I'm sure.
Definitely, Alan. I had the chance of playing back-to-back matches in the Champions League T20 competition, and it's not easy as a team when you play in a do-or-die situation, and within 24 hours you need to turn around and compete again. So that will take a toll on this Zalmi team. Darren Sami, he's already carrying a niggle. It will be a further challenge for him as captain to make sure that he can contribute in this particular match.
Shahid Afridi is not in the reckoning for tonight, and Bazid, we know that Mukhtar Ahmed, Zulfikar Barber, the evergreen left-arm spinner, and Danesh Aziz have been drafted in for Karachi Kings.
Yeah, Mukhtar is from Sialkot. He's played for Pakistan. Opening batsman, hits the ball really hard. Danish Aziz from Karachi, middle order player, gets a lot of runs in first class cricket. Zulfikar Barber we all know of, and he might be the surprise here. With if he's included in the side as a spinner, he does bowl with the new ball, he can bowl in the mid overs, and he's very wily and difficult to get away, so he might be a trump card even.
Yeah, and I was reading in the preparation, the notes given to us by Mazhar Arshad, that that man there, Zulfikar Barber, he enjoys great success against Kamran Akmal.
Well, he's got a lot of experience. He's 39 years of age, and he's been around domestic cricket and international cricket for quite a while. I think the newness of him as well, being in this Karachi Kings team, will be an advantage for them. They've got to use it to good effect. They lacked Imad Wazim in the last couple games, and if he can fill that role that Imad played, I think he will be a definite asset to this Karachi Kings team.
Right, Mickey Arthur, we've heard from him, we've heard just about from everyone, but we need to hear from Ramiz Raja. Now, he's out in the middle, he's with the two captains and the match referee. It all looks quite a gathering out there, so let's bring you the toss with Ramiz Raja. It's brought to you by Allied Bank, Aapke Dil Mein Hamara account.
We are finally ready here. Are you guys ready out there as well? They don't hear me, so obviously it's not gone through the PA system. That's fine. We have the two captains and we've got the Hoga Pakistan mascot as well. Look at that beaming smile. And we have आपका नाम क्या है?
तलहा।
तलहा, आज कौन जीतेगा?
आज मुझे इंशाल्लाह के ज़ल्मी जीतेगी।
ज़ल्मी। Zalmi. Right, we've got the two captains and the match referee Darren has the coin. Here we go. It's come down as a head. आमिर आप क्या करेंगे?
हम बॉलिंग करेंगे।
एक सही डिसीजन है इसलिए कि 16 ओवर्स का मैच है, कुछ देखना भी चाहेंगे कि पिच कैसे खेलेगी, टारगेट कितना है?
जी बिल्कुल, क्योंकि आई थिंक लास्ट नाइट से जो है बारिश हो रही है और धूप निकली नहीं आज पूरा दिन, तो आई थिंक अर्ली ऑन चांस होगा 2-3 ओवर अगर स्विंग होता है और फिर 16 ओवर की गेम है तो आई थिंक ज़्यादा जो अपॉर्चुनिटी होती है वो बॉलिंग जो पहले करता है उसके लिए होती है।
अनसेटलिंग है क्योंकि एक पुल आउट भी हुआ, ओवेन मॉर्गन, फिर इमाद वसीम अनफिट रहे। कॉम्बिनेशन कैसा आपको लग रहा है? और शायद आफरीदी भी नहीं है, सो ये जो प्लेयर्स मिस आउट कर रहे हैं इससे कैसे कॉम्बिनेशन इफेक्ट होगा?
नो डाउट लॉस तो हुआ है, मॉर्गन भी बड़ा प्लेयर है, इमाद, फिर शाहिद भाई का बड़ा लॉस है, लेकिन T20 में आपको पता है कि हमारा जो बेंच है अच्छे प्लेयर्स हैं और जितने भी बेंच पे लड़के हैं वो अच्छी फॉर्म में हैं, तो इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे कि अच्छा कॉम्बिनेशन और अच्छा मैच चले यहाँ।
क्या चेंजेस हैं?
दानिश अजीज खेल रहे हैं, मुख्तार खेल रहे हैं और रवि खेल रहे हैं।
ऑल द बेस्ट।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Right, and I'm sure you wanted to have a ball first as well.
Yeah, probably would have batted as well. I think big game runs on the board. Yeah, we had an exciting game yesterday. I think it's a little bit of moisture, so we'll have to negotiate the new ball well. But it's one we're ready for. You know, we've got ourselves here. It's a do or die game that we're ready for.
How the mechanics changed for a 16-over hit then?
Well, what we've done, we've made one change. Chris Jordan comes in for Tamim Iqbal, who's fly away. And yeah, we're hoping that his experience could count when we defending.
One more away from that Karachi visit then.
That's what, when we started the competition, our eyes were set on Karachi. We've had some hurdles along the way, but this team has showed some character, and we're one step away from doing that. And today Karachi is in our way and we intend to take them out.
Fantastic, have a good one.
Thank you very much.
Right, the news from the centre out here is that Kings have won the toss and will bowl.
Right, so Mohammad Amir, that's the first thing that's gone right for him tonight, the toss. He's the new captain for Karachi Kings. We did mention Bazid, that Mukhtar Ahmed and Danish Aziz will play. I didn't hear him mentioning Zulfikar Babar.
Yeah, that's correct. I don't know if Zulfikar Babar is playing or not, but that'll be a surprise if they've not picked him. But they won the toss, and he's alluded to the fact that it's been under covers, it's rained, there's been moisture in there, so very happy with that. Mohammad Amir, Karachi Kings want that initial. It's such a small game that if you win those initial 3 or 4 overs, it goes a long way in winning the game eventually.
Well, Mohammad Hafiz was one of the top order that really didn't come off last night. They really struggled. But we're going to see Zalmi batting, and of course Andre Fletcher failed. It really needed a superb effort from Liam Dawson with 62 to pull them together. Right, let's go back downstairs. Mickey Slater. Mickey, you're with, I believe, the big man.
I am. Big fella, thanks for your time. We're wandering back to the dressing room. You didn't win the toss, okay?
So we were a little bit on this. We were going to, as you know, it's a shortened game, rain in the air. You put your runs on board, it's always pressure.
Mike, does it change the way you bat? Because if there's any more rain?
Yeah, obviously the team batting second has a slight advantage just in case it rain. But you still approach it, be positive. Our guys are normally positive. But if you put 150, 16 over match, you win a chance for a good game.
And you didn't play your final last night?
Nope. I wanted to go to Karachi, and Karachi right now is in my way to go in Karachi, and we got to stop them.
How's the knee?
The knee is fit enough to play. You know, it's been tough. I must say I can't give 100% for my team on the field, but I think, you know, with my leadership qualities and what I bring in the back end of the inning, I'm doing what I do. Credit must go to our medical team, Melang and the physio, keeping me on the park, and all the other guys. After this, I got a good 4 months off, so I'll do my rehab to make sure I'm ready for CPL. But I really want to go to Karachi, and Karachi's in my way.
Man, well, I can tell you, you do give 100% despite that, and you're the fastest hopper in world cricket, and you're the only hopper with a swagger, so play well, big fella. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. All right.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Quick question to you, Darren. Surely we can't see Zalmi bat as poorly as they did last night at the top of the order.
Definitely not. They've lost wickets at regular intervals, and that is what kept them to a 150 total when much was expected in terms of getting to that pass score of about 180. Taman Iqbal, he's not in the squad for today's match. He got a start. He's such a prolific batsman. Not playing, somebody will have to rise to the challenge, not leave it for the middle or lower order. Somebody from that top order.
Right, okay, we're due to have a start in about 20 minutes time at 8:15 local time here in Lahore. The toss has been won by Mohammad Amir, who's the captain of the Karachi Kings, and they're going to bowl, and it's 16 overs per innings. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with the teams and some more chat as we look forward to this semi-final. Run your eye over that. Mukhtar Ahmed is a new player in the side. Ravi Bopara comes back. Danish Aziz. And just tell us a little bit about that team in blue.
Yeah, Mukhtar Ahmed, he's played for Pakistan. He's a strong hitter, and he's right at the top of the order. He'll open the innings most probably. And then we've got Danish Aziz, who's a middle order player. He likes to sort of get those singles, get those runs moving, but he steadied in at what, number 7, is it? Yeah, and then the one you got to watch out for is Osama Amir. We haven't seen him go big in this tournament. He's the leggy he was talked about a lot. Shadab overtook him, but he gets the ball to spin, and today with a little bit of moisture, maybe he might have an impact. They'll miss Shahid Afridi in that lineup.
Mohammad Amir is captain for the first time in his life of any team. It's his first outing as captain. Now, Darren, we can see one change there. Chris Jordan comes in for Zalmi.
He's a quality all-rounder. He will give you quick runs, and he can pick up wickets as well. A fair amount of experience. Cameron Akmal might be opening with Andre Fletcher. Akmal is crucial to this batting lineup because of the absence of Taman Iqbal. The last time these two teams played, in the last qualifier match, would have been in 2017, Cameron Akmal got a century. He has already scored a century in HBL PSL 3, so he will be important. Mohammad Hafiz, he's been getting good starts, getting out. He will need to carry on, but they've got a good bowling lineup. Samin Gul, he's picked up 2 wickets in qualifier 1. Wahab Riaz, he's been excellent, the chief wicket taker for this Zalmi team. And Hassan Ali, he has been a wicket taker, and he's been very defensive in the power play overs. So Darren Sammy has a wealth of experience there. Liam Dawson will need to improve his slow bowling.
Yeah, he went for 52 last night. Those 4 Peshawar pace bowlers, Riaz, Hassan Ali, Umaid Asif and Samin Gul, bowled 16 overs last night combined, and they conceded just 96 runs. So we have revised playing conditions. It's 16 overs per side. The power play has been reduced from 6 to 5. 4 bowlers, now these are the maximum allocations. 4 bowlers can bowl 3 overs each, and 1 bowler is allowed to bowl 4. It doesn't stop a captain from bowling 8 bowlers to bowl 2 each, should he wish. But it's maximum of 3 overs for 4 bowlers, and 1 bowler can bowl 4. Power play is 5 overs. The toss has been won by Karachi Kings. Mohammad Amir is captain of the boys in blue. Shahid Afridi sits this one out. That troublesome knee has been a real problem for him. And of course, Islamabad United await. Now don't forget that they dished out an absolute pasting to Karachi Kings last Sunday. And Karachi Kings, let's hope for their sake, they put that well behind them.
Yeah, they will need to do that. This is about here and now, staying in the present. Very important for both teams to back their skills and control the nerves. That will be crucial, Alan.
Yeah, Tumal Mills, one of the most expensive T20 players in the world. He got carted to all parts. Luke Ronchi had no respect for him. Reputation, doesn't matter who it was, no one was spared by Luke Ronchi in that match last Sunday. Right, let's go back downstairs. I think we got two of our boys down there, Ramiz and Slats.
Yeah, good on you, Wilco. We're down here, and I feel like we're looking mighty fine as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I like your trendy shoes. They're fantastic.
T20 shoes.
Yeah.
Now, conditions out here, obviously we've got a reduced match now.
Yeah.
Does that change much for that side batting first? And I suppose for the side batting first, they're not sure whether there's going to be any more rain.
Yeah, I mean, there's advantage also in an eliminator, as Darren Semi was just mentioning at the toss, that you're better off putting runs on the board and then dealing with the situation and let the Kings deal with that scoreboard pressure or not. But right now, advantage Kings, because the ball will move a little bit, not a lot, but conditions do favour a bit of bowling strength.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I did the pitch report earlier and I said 180 if it was a 2020. Well, I still think that scoring rate is on, but it won't be 180. Well, it might be, but it's 16 over a side. So just bring that back in a little bit. I think what we noticed, though, if the bowling's right early with that hard ball, Ramiz, it just swings a little bit. So Darren Sammy was saying to me that batsmen just might need to take a little bit of time to get in.
Yeah, I mean, the first 3-4 overs, you've got to be mindful of the lateral movement, have slips in place, maybe look for a bit of aggression up front, because this pitch will taper off. It feels a little cold. I felt it. So there's a bit of moisture, and they say there's a bit of rain around in the next hour and a half, who knows. So better off just steadying the ship and then going a bit aggressively later on.
And another great atmosphere out here.
Yeah, love
fantastic.
it. Love it, absolutely love it. And music, the enthusiasm, the passion for the game never dies in Lahore. So proud of these Lahoris.
And they bring choppers in to get it ready for play.
Absolutely.
Just so you know, the outfield, we both had a wander around. It probably feels like the really heavy dew in Sharjah when you put your hand down, and it's no more than that now. So they've done a wonderful job to get it up and running. Who are you backing?
I'm backing Zalmi. Again,
Are you?
I think they'll have a good time of it because they've experienced the conditions. They know the contours of the ground. They know that spin in the last over will not work. So better not have Dawson bowling the last over. And I think they probably are the favourites going into this eliminator.
They've had such a roll on, haven't they? I just wonder whether they played their final last night. Kings slight advantage maybe with the toss, but they don't have Shahid Afridi, and that's a massive factor, don't you think?
Absolutely. Nor Imad Wasim. Owen Morgan is not available, so they'll have to deal with new combination, and that can be a bit unsettling for any team.
All right, well, it's time to rock and roll. Let's get back up to the com box, and we're ready to play.
Absolutely.
Thank you, fellas. You're looking at the captain right there, Mohammad Amir. If you're just joining us, Mohammad Amir is captain of Karachi Kings. Zulfikar Baba on the right. He's not playing. And neither is this man here, Shahid Afridi. I must say, well, he's smiling now, but he's had a bit of a glum look. But mind you, he's not been fit. He's been way less, I would say 70%, if that.
He's going up in age, Alan, so he will get the challenge of injuries as he plays more cricket, but he's still contributing, an invaluable member of this Karachi Kings team. Very popular. He's taken the most wickets for Karachi Kings and hit 4 consecutive sixes as well, Alan.
Yeah, and he actually missed last year's final because he had that smashed thumb, didn't he? So yeah, unfortunately for Shahid Afridi and his legions of fans, he is not going to play tonight. Right, so we're going to see Karachi bowling first. Zalmi without Tamim Iqbal, skippered by Darren Sami, but they're going to be batting first. We'll take a break, we'll be back, and we should be ready for action in a few minutes. It's the second eliminator featuring Karachi Kings against Peshawar Zalmi here at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore. This is the penultimate match in the HBL PSL for 2018. It's effectively a semi-final. Losers go out, winners will play Islamabad in the final in Karachi next Sunday. At the toss, not so long ago, the toss was won by the new captain for Karachi Kings, Mohammad Amir, and he decided that Karachi Kings would be bowling. So there's a couple of new faces in the Karachi Kings lineup. Mukhtar Ahmed is in with Joe Denley, Babar Azam, Colin Ingram. Ravi Bopara, the England all-rounder, comes back. Mohammad Rizwan, the keeper. Danesh Aziz is a new player in the side. Usman Shimwari, Mohammad Amir's captain, Usam Amir, the leg break bowler, and Timal Mills. Kings have won the toss and they will bowl. Now, Rashad Zalmi came through that absolute thriller last night by 1 run against Quetta. Cameron Akmal and Andre Fletcher, Mohammad Hafiz and Saad Nazim, with Dawson looking as if he might go in 5. Tamim Iqbal is unfit, so they are a batsman short, and Darren Sammy, he's not 100%. Umed Asif, Chris Jordan, the England all-rounder, comes in with Hassan Ali, Wahab Riaz, the wonderful bowler at the death, and Samim Gul, the emerging player, making up the Zalmi 11. It's a match that has been reduced to 16 overs per side. The power play is now just 5 overs, not 6. 4 bowlers can bowl a maximum of 3 overs each, and 1 bowler can bowl 4 overs maximum. Those are the revised playing conditions for this eliminator. So the outfield, that has taken a long time to dry. It's still not ultimately dry, but the umpires have said we can start. And we go back to last Sunday, where Islamabad inflicted an enormous defeat on Karachi Kings, but that's history as far as Karachi is concerned. Zalmi last night beat Quetta on the final ball of the match by 1 run. And tonight we've got Karachi against Zalmi. The winners will play Islamabad in the final on Sunday. How's it all looking to you, Ramiz Raja?
Yeah, it's a battle of nerves. It's about being calm in a tough situation. It can't be easy for Karachi Kings because National Stadium Karachi and the Karachi fans await their arrival for the final, and that's got to play on your mind. Somehow they've got to remain in the present, look at dismantling the opposition in this game, and nothing more than that. Zalmi have the advantage as far as I'm concerned because they are the form team. They played here just last night, and what a game it was. I don't know how exhausted they are from that win because it took a lot out of them, but I'd still feel that they've got a better chance of winning this contest because they've seen the conditions, they've experienced the conditions. They know the ground reality. It's a small boundary, and they've got a top order in good form. Kamran Akmal, the Centurion, the only Centurion in this year's HBL PSL. And we've got the West Indian Spiceman, Andre Fletcher.
Well, they're in good form, except for last night, Ramiz, when they capitulated and they found themselves 10 for 2 with Fletcher gone and Akmal gone. Akmal chopping one onto his stumps. Mohammad Amir, what a big night it is for him. He's been entrusted with the captaincy, and he's just getting an encouraging arm around his shoulder there from Ravi Bopara, who himself has captained the Karachi Kings in previous HBL PSL seasons. You can start feeling the tension now as we get ready for the countdown to this second eliminator. We're ready to go. Andre Fletcher, who comes from Grenada, plays for the Windward Islands, and if he gets going, and if this fella gets going, as Ramiz has just said, a 75 and a century in his last 2 games before last night. So we're ready to go. It's 16 overs per side. Karachi's captain Mohammad Amir will bowl from the FC College end of this ground, and what an atmosphere inside the ground. Winners go to the final, losers go home. What do you think, Slats? You were out there for some time.
Well, both captains were fighting to chase. There's no doubt about it, but Peshawar, they're losing the toss and they're out there batting, and Darren Sammy just looked at me and said, we're doing the same man as last night. So, cool umpires, Alim Dar and Jose Braza. Always a big job for them in these crucial matches. But, yeah, hard to pick. I think the advantage is with the chasing side, but at the same time, the Kings, I'm just not sure what sort of form they're in.
Bowled, well bowled, captain. bowling from the Foreman Christian College end of the ground, and I think it's absolutely crucial that Mohammad Amir adds to the role of captaincy, as those people there in the stand, they stand a chance of the Pepsi Catcher Corps, that he brings his A bowling game to this match.
Oh, it is imperative, because if he can pick a wicket or two with the new ball, I think he'll probably bowl 2 over stint. Then it'll set a great platform for the rest of them to attack Zalmi.
Yeah, and I think that's why they've elevated to this responsibility. Mickey Arthur and management sort of felt, well, it might just give him another focus and take the heat out of his disappointment with how he's bowled in that last game. And it just, the real leaders, they lift to that responsibility. So that's why he's got it. He's got a lot of experience, and we know how he can bowl when he's on. So at the moment, he's hitting the right channels.
It's a wide delivery. He's got Babar Azam at slip, and his fine leg is up inside the circle. And if he has strayed a little bit, it's been on that leg stump and he's been put away. It's not bad a line, but you don't want to go much wider than that.
No, he gets away with that. I mean, that is a 4-ball, really. It's just been smashed straight to the fielder. And a lot of talk about that line, top of off, just outside, and a fuller length than he's been bowling.
Better.
Yeah, I mean, that fine leg is up in the circle, maybe just to remind him that you just cannot bowl there. So get your in-swingers right, start from off and try to hit the middle stump. But I've liked the approach from Fletcher. He's not really been bothered about the state of the pitch or a 16-over contest, or that there was rain around in the air. He's been very normal and natural so far.
Well, there's been a leg bye in this over, but if this last ball is a dot ball, it'll be just the second time that we'll have had 5 maiden overs in PSL history by one bowler. Afridi is the first. And there you go. It's a single off the last ball, but Shinwari. There's a lot happening with his arm action. It's very quick, but he can be a bit nippy as well.
Just wondering whether Zalmi should be thinking of a total right now. Should they be doing that, or should they be just settling with making sure that wicket doesn't go down in the first 3 or 4 and take it from there?
Yeah, well, it was great to have a good chat with Darren Sammy, on and off mic. But off mic, he was sort of saying to me, he believes this pitch is one where you take a few balls, an over or two, to get the feel of, because it just hints enough until you get yourself going. And I think that's what we're seeing so far with this batting approach. We're 1 over in, but it was fairly circumspect in terms of stroke play. But don't hold out for too long, because you've lost 4 overs and you're still in a mindset of 20 and the pace of 20, but you're without those 4 overs. So, you know, this 16 overs will get away from you very quickly, and you cannot be holding back for too long.
Oh, that's a waft, and not that convincing either.
Yeah, you must not fall into that negative mindset where you're looking for something like this. Movement, impossible deliveries to tackle. It's a beautiful delivery. Seam away from right-hander's off stump. But you still somehow got to have an aggressive frame of mind where you're looking to attack and feeling that the conditions are equal. They're not favoring the bowlers. It's a difficult mindset, but somehow you've got to develop that theme.
He's got away with that. My goodness, it's almost a coat of paint, but it goes down as 4.
Well, he got out chopping back onto the stumps last night, and that one has nearly come back onto the stumps. Fine line this game, isn't it? This time it misses the stumps just and runs away for 4, and that's his first scoring shot. play a miss and then an under edge.
I just feel that you'll get a lot of such shots played today on this pitch, especially against the new ball, because you're dead set to hit the ball hard and there's still movement for the batsman to negotiate, and he shouldn't be too disappointed with that shot from Kamran Akmal. He'll try his luck again, Shinwari.
Not quite caught hold of this. He's got 3 ducks in the PSL this year, Kamran Akmal. 3 of them, but he's got a century, of course, and a wonderful century it was in Sharjah, and a 75 before that. And this man, Andre Fletcher, isn't he nicknamed the Spice Man? If he gets going, he's well worth paying the money to watch.
Well, not a strong curry. It's not from his eating spicy food. The Spice Man.
Spicy as far as big shots are concerned.
Well, he's got the longest, 114 metres he's hit. Now, wickets lost to left arm seam, and there's a lot of left arm seam bowlers in this tournament. Peshawar Zalmi have lost most number of wickets in this 2018 PSL. They've lost 24, the Qalandars 22 with Islamabad, Multan 20. Karachi Kings have lost only 8 wickets. Karachi have got 3 left armers. In fact, I reckon just about every team's got about 2 or 3 left arm quick bowlers.
Well, we've got something going on here. I'm not sure what this consultation is, but there's a look at that pitch area where the front foot's landing. I think they're putting, oh, here we go, we're just getting some sawdust. Now that area is not wet, but I suppose you're carrying wetness from the run-up into that.
Hoga Saaf Pakistan. Keep Pakistan neat and clean and green. And for the night, rain-free as well.
Well, the land needs rain, Ramiz. We always need rain. And Cape Town, goodness me, our thoughts of Cape Town. They need rain down there, desperately need rain. So, Hoga Saaf Pakistan, the rain would have helped for a cleaner, greener Pakistan. Zindabad.
Well done, Wilco.
Down there. Oh, he's gone big, but where's it gone? Has he gone far enough? Oh, yes, it has. That is Kamran Akmal stating his intent. 15 for now. Ball is not swinging tonight. Generally, Mohammad Amir does get that ball to drift back onto the pads of the right-hander.
Yeah, it was muscled by Kamran Akmal. A straight 6. It's a typical Kamran Akmal shot. Yeah, clearing the front leg and going through with straighter hands over the mid-off fielder. Big 6. That surely did hurt him. Last ball hit for a 6.
Well, nothing in anger yet from Fletcher. He's 3 from 9 and very watchful, isn't he? So we're waiting for him to launch into something that he thinks is in a hitting zone. Get that feeling of getting going. The problem with Akmal, he does get a lot of low scores. He's 3 ducks in the PSL, but if he gets that one big run away, he can be hard to stop. He's like Ronke to me. If Ronke, you allow him to get going, he plays those brilliant starting shots, and then try and stop him. So these real enforcers at the top can be vulnerable, like any batsman early, but the real hitters, you get in those right areas, and it's crucial because it's such a fine line.
Yeah, if he can get his straight drive going, I think then he's fine, Kamran Akmal, because he's such a powerful striker square against a short ball that then he is the go-to guy for the side, because his driving is a little iffy at times against the new ball, and so once his radar is set, driving the ball over long on or long off, then he's very dangerous.
Alright, now then, where's he gone with this? See, oh, it's just eluded that man at backward point. Joe Denny made good ground there. Andre Fletcher was not in control of the shot.
Yeah, it was a slice, a powerful slice, maybe an off-cutter, just clearing his front leg. That's the favourite way to go to hit a 4 or a 6. Joe Denley just a little late in reacting to that sky ball.
He's taken one of the best catches of this year, this tournament, Joe Denley, in that position. So Andre Fletcher's taking a while here. He's got 5 from 11 deliveries, and he's still on strike. And that was well bowled. It's given us a wide, but I think Amir saw him coming down the pitch.
Yeah, it was a really good change-up actually. Saw him coming and banged in because he was advancing. It's got a little short. Here he comes, and then, yeah, it's got pretty big on him. That Amir very quick to readjust.
Yeah, the idea was perfect because that bouncer followed the batsman, but it was just a little, or just a little too high.
If the ball bounces above the head of the man standing, then it's deemed a wide. Fletcher's tucking the odd one away for a single, but he's using up deliveries here. He's used up 2 overs for 6.
Well, Wilco, he must not get out now because he's consumed few deliveries, and we know that he can pack a punch. So make use of the deliveries that he's received and take this partnership further. 19 of 17.
That's the ball he's looking for, just the wrong line, but this is a good start by Karachi's bowlers. 19 for no wicket.
Yeah, he's in need of finding the middle, isn't he, and just feeling like he's got the pace of the pitch. That one bouncing a little bit more. Darren Sammy, you're probably not the only one.
He'll break you in two, believe me. He's so powerful.
Oh, he's got the edge as well. And look at that. That has flown off Fletcher's bat for 6.
Just tells you about the pace of the bowler as well. This may be a good batting strip, but it has a fair bit of bounce for the Pacers. Down the track, sliced it hard, and 6. More to come from Andre Fletcher. Didn't middle it obviously, but at least he's got a 6 away, and so on 12 now, 14. Yeah, hurt, disappointed, frustrated.
Went for 32 in 2 overs against Islamabad. Ronke took him apart. Mills.
He wants to keep the short length, doesn't he? That was another short one, having been giving Fletcher a little bit of width in that ball before. It flew, and it flew quickly for 6. Another situation here where it's tending to that front foot and where it's landing. Obviously some slip there for the bowler, which doesn't allow stability in the action, but sure you want to bang everything short. Mind you, Fletcher is pretty good at picking you off a length if you get too full.
Just wonder there, you saw that little look there by Tamar Mills, just shaking his head as if not everything is in sync with the bowler. He came about a year or two ago with a fantastic reputation and was an expensive purchase, the IPL, and since then his stock price has gone down. Played for Quetta last year in the PSL. Slower ball.
Just wondering why. Obviously he's not happy. Something to do with his rhythm. At times he struggles to get the balance right between the seam-up deliveries and the slow balls. I think he gets a bit confused because he's out of rhythm, out of sync, and then he absolutely doesn't know how many slow balls he has to bowl in his over. Yeah, that landing area seems to be a problem area, but it's just that he's just not generally happy with what he's producing.
Well, there was no slipping there. He was fine. Denley again.
Yeah, there's another one that's been fired quickly at Denley. He's so good in that area. He's looking to advance Fletcher. When he wants to take on that big shot, he goes at the bowler. That's probably why they try and stay with that short length, given that if he's going to come down.
Have a look at the offside field. They're all coming from the edge of the ring. So obviously when Fletcher is on strike, he's not looking to rotate the strike, he's looking for that big booming shot.
Crack. And he's going to get 4. The end of 4 overs. Zalmi 29 for no wicket.
Oh, and that's a beauty. He's so dangerous. Once he gets going, he's very hard to stop. Akmal. Another 6.
We've seen this before. Kamran Akmal, he nails this. The sound of the bat resounded through the stadium. And once he gets a start, he normally just goes big. And he's such a massive 6-hitter that even in a 16-over game, he can really hurt you. Man in form, man Peshawar looking at.
Yeah, they're just not perturbed, these sort of players. If they get a duck one day, they still play the same way the next. And you think of his first scoring shot, under edge, nearly hits the stumps again. He played on last night, gets away with it 4, and then bangs one straight down the ground. All of a sudden he's away. So most 6s in PSL 2018. He equals Watson now on 22. He's not the biggest man in the competition either. And that'll be 4. It's just the wrong line here.
Well, in terms of confidence, it's racing high for Kamran Akmal. He's the leading run scorer in HBL PSL 3. Scored the only century. He's doing really well with the bat for Zalmi. Another boundary string to leg. Wouldn't miss out on this.
Frustration there for Eastman Shinwaran. He's a local boy, Akmal. This is his ground. Feels at home here. Not quite yesterday, but he's away here. 21 from 8. Oh dear, it's getting worse here.
And you think about this, you win the toss, you bowl first, and I think the advantage is gone now. Kamran Akmal hitting his straps. This one again down the leg side, went for that slow one, and he gets some sort of bat on it, and it's raced away. It's on to 43, and it's just 4.3. Peshawar Zalmi and Kamran Akmal really doing this well.
Yeah, the trouble here is I think Achilles' heel of Karachi Kings for a little while has been their bowling. They're just not bowled well enough. To be 27 off 1.3 overs, Shinwari is not helping the cause. That is another one, I tell you what, he's such a dangerous hitter. So we've had 6, 4, 4, 4, 18 with 2 balls to go in this over.
Look at his strike rate, just under 300. And what they're trying to do is to lock him down, take his arms away. But because he's in such good form, he's picking the length of the ball very early. That's why he can hit this in front of square. There's a lot of real estate there, picks up another boundary.
That's when, you know, if there's any youngsters watching and they're worried about being tall enough, don't worry about height when you're back. Some of these dynamo packages, I'm telling you, that short of a good length is a genuine pull length for the short guys.
We know it. Exactly.
So that's 8.28 in the power play. That's the second worst in the PSL. So it hasn't been a good time to bowl for him. It's a beauty. It's low, it's hard. And it's gone all the way. Here's a pocket rocket.
50 comes up and Shenwai is not learning. He was hitting that short of a length to the boundary. This one has gone short. And Kamran Akmal, former his life, slaps this. Flat 6. You don't want to err short to Kamran Akmal in this kind of form.
Well, you felt when he got out last night that there was going to shed some off the total of Zalmi because he's so critical at the front now. 35 from 11. He's set his team on a big road to victory if they can keep going. If he can stay out there for a little while longer. It's so instrumental to have someone who can do this. Doesn't always come off, but when it does, look out. 25 off the over. Oh, it's massive. 54 for no loss.
Kamran Akmal, not very tall, but most great players are short, aren't they, Slater? But short of a length, he's brilliant. It's a pull shot, that swivel to leg, and we've seen this. That's not very short, but he gets it over mid-on. And this one, the best of the lot, flat 6.
Yeah, well, I can think of a few brilliant tall batsmen, but it's just that advantage you have if you're a bit shorter. That length doesn't have to be too short for it to get in that zone of pulling it. You pick it off the length. There he goes, too hard for mid-off, down the ground. So Fletcher, he's joining the party.
The power man from Grenada. He packs a good punch as well. He's been using his feet to the fast bowlers to good effect. This time to the medium pace of Ravin Bopara. That's a safe area. Gets it off the middle of the bat and gets another boundary.
Yeah, just notice his like for using his feet. He had to muscle it in the end. It was a bit shorter than he would have liked, but he muscles it down the ground. And a rare dot ball at the moment.
And Stats, you think about yesterday, Ishar was the only weak link you would think was the left-arm spinner of Dawson who went for runs. Today, Tamim Iqbal not playing, they've got Jordan, so they've got 5 fast bowlers, so that's enforced their bowling unit. If they get a massive score, watch out.
A little bit lucky there, no third man in place, but goes straight to man inside the ring. And somehow the Kings, through more variation I think with the ball, that's how you're going to slow it down. There's Shahid Afridi, he's not playing. No fear in Pakistan. Save country. And well, we're experiencing the hospitality of Pakistan at the moment, and it's been amazing. There's another one, but the man is back. Gee, gets through. Oh. Okay, so that's not helping either. The Kings, they've got to lift. It's the skipper who's giving us the animation of why, and it's because the ball's wet and slippery.
Yeah, just from the reaction, slips through his hands, but I think the technique was more in approaching the ball as well. Come on, skipper.
Oh, it's okay. When you've got the water to use it as an excuse, you do it. Always harder when you're captain too. It's like when you borrow a set of golf clubs and play poorly, well, you say, well, it was the clubs. Wasn't used to them. Oh, it's huge! Absolutely huge! And as he does, look, he's still in position. Take the photo. On this pitch. Okay, so we've slowed it down. We've got some spin. Osama. It's not a good start, and this run rate is getting out of control here for the Kings.
Kamran Akmal, you drop a little short to him. and he'll punish you. The cut shot is favourite. No chance for the field. Almost went the wrong direction, but it was short, and Kamran Akmal punishes it. So you've got Fletcher with those long levers. You've got Kamran Akmal who's bouncing on anything short. Where do you go?
It's already reminding me of that contest when the Karachi Kings took on Islamabad United. They need to hold their composure now as a team, the Kings.
Yeah, the tendency in this situation, I think, DG, is to get too fast with everything, and you rush and you panic, and it's about taking stock. And this is where maybe an experienced captain would come in and just say, boys, let's just pull it back here. Breathe. Everything's rushy. We're being sucked in by this run rate. But it needs to be very interesting to see if they can just claw it back a little bit. Wickets obviously are going to help that. So Akmal 42 from 15. 19 balls is the quickest to a 50 in the competition. And that was Ronke, of course. So he's on track.
Yeah, you touched upon it. Amir is never captain any side, club level, first class level, any side, so it's a big ask for him. And then you think about the players that he's missing. He's missing Imad Wasim, he's missing that man Shahid Afridi, who I think led them to these playoffs, because his bowling in the middle overs was awesome.
Here he goes again, and he's got hold of it. You just knew from the moment. Just a little bit slicey, but he got enough of wood on that. And he's got a ball to get this 50. He's on 48. 2 balls, in fact, to be the quickest in this year's PSL.
He commits himself to the shot from very early, Kamran Akmal. Wonderful use of the feet. He knows it's not turning. That's why he can hit through the line of the ball. Once he gets some bat in it, look at the flourish on his bat. Gets it to go all the way.
Well, how do you stop him at the moment? I don't think you do. There it is, 50. He's brought it up in 17 deliveries. It is the fastest in 2018, 2017 and 2016 in the PSL. And thank you for the entertainment.
Take a bow. Kamran Akmal 54 of 17, and he's actually smashing Karachi out of the tournament. He's been sublime, he's been superb, he's been powerful. He's struck it everywhere and massive hits. And he's not yet done.
Oh, this over's gone for 18. Osama has bowled a big full toss on leg stump. That is pressure. It's also a wet ball as well. And for the spinners, that makes it really difficult when that seam gets wet. There's a controlled flick to the onside. He's going to keep the strike, and why wouldn't he? 88